Welcome back to Discovering an Educated Life. This is Megan. We're still going through talking about what curriculum we're using for our 2022-2023 school year. So grab your cup of coffee and join us today to talk about language arts. So obviously, if you've been watching my videos, you realize I'm doing these all the same day, which is why I still have my little history mug here. So I'm diving in to recording them all the same day. I'm not releasing them all because I still have editing to do, but we are going to be talking about language arts today, guys. This has been the biggest overhaul of anything we've done as far as our curriculum goes. So if you follow me at all in the past, you know I tended to have a Charlotte Mason flair. I did a lot of very natural, just really natural living book language arts. I didn't do anything structured really in that area. Now I did copy work, we did dictation, I had her do narrations. I just never really added in all of the things I started to feel like we needed. And grammar is one of those areas that was like really, I've done things in grammar. Obviously I didn't completely neglect it, but I think she needed more repetition. My daughter, she just needed it. She needed repetition. She wasn't getting it and the things we were doing. So, again, you probably know we went with Timberdoodle this year. Now, if you look at their 5th grade package, this is not going to be what it looks like because I did call them and I customized this kit. So one of these things I already had and I was planning on buying the other. And then when I went with Timberdoodle, it all kind of fit together. It was perfect. Perfect. So 5th grade grammar, we went with easy grammar. This is the student workbook. It's pretty thick. I'm going to be doing a review. You'll notice there is nothing written in here yet because for the first 2 weeks, all we've done is memorize prepositions. So I don't really know how I feel about this program yet, but we are diving in on Monday. So we've done 2 weeks of memorizing prepositions. Starting Monday, she'll be diving in all the way to this. This is my book. This feels really overwhelming. When this came in the mail, I was like, what is that thing? It was crazy. So it's not as intimidating as it seems. So she could have very easily used this book, but see, it has the answers. Well, I don't know if this one does it like that, but like most of them have like a page with the answers and then a page without. So she could have just wrote it in here. But then I would have had to cover this, and I didn't like the idea. It felt like it would be messy and bulky for me to teach like that. So I didn't want that. And then I was looking at it, and I was like, I could copy that. And then after I ordered my Timberdoodle, I had like money on my account, like from points of spending money there. And I was able to just get this for free. And this is all the worksheets in a student workbook. So that's what I did. It just made more sense. I don't have it sitting in front of me, but I also have the test book. I got that for free with the money so that I had like the credit. So I just went ahead and did it like that. So that is our grammar this year. So language arts is very segmented this year. Now that doesn't mean we do every piece of this every day. It's just I wanted almost like separated subjects, whereas in the past I almost had all of our subjects integrated into one whole, and that was really overwhelming to me because I felt like sometimes I didn't hit certain subjects well enough because everything was integrated. I do believe in integration of subjects within a curriculum, and I think it's really important to have that. I just don't think that everything has to be all the time, and that can be really daunting to a homeschool mom. That's just my little caveat I'm adding in there. So for vocabulary, we have a lot of vocabulary, but this, that we're doing in everything, but this is 101 Doodle Definitions. I love the idea of this. This was just a really fun add-on from Timberdoodle, and it says 101 words everyone needs to know. Build word power, step by step, and they're just doodles, vocabulary building doodles. So this is like adhere, and you're drawing adhere. So this guy's adhering to the ceiling. He's sticking to it, and she's adhering to her beliefs and holding a sign about something she believes in. So I loved this curriculum. It's so simple, and it just, she's done the first few, but they're just all different definitions, and they're helping you to remember what the word means. So they said that these are really, like, I've read more about it. It says that they're ones that are tend to be on standardized tests, things like the SATs and stuff. So what a great curriculum to really give her skills. Even though it's fun, it's building skills. So spelling this year, in the past, we have done tons of spelling lists the last few years, and I was so burnt out. And I really wish I would have stuck it out with this from the past. This is a blast from the past that I've used a couple different years of, and then kind of just like decided to go a different route. And it is spelling UC, guys. I'm so glad we're back. I will do a full review and talking about this. This is part 1. She also has part 2. We're back to vowel chunking and copy work, and the copy work's all built into this, and it's really easy for me every day to just open and go with it. Just dictations. This is my style, so it gives a little bit of a Charlotte Mason flair. It's definitely not whole hog Charlotte Mason curriculum. It is it's its own thing. I don't even know what category to put this in, but it is ours. We love it, and we loved it in the past. And then I know some people like absolutely hate spelling UC. I've met people that just absolutely do not get down with it, and they don't want anything to do with it, and we are not one of those people. I feel like it quickly builds her spelling skills. She's an avid reader. She does not need phonics. She didn't need phonics when she was young, and maybe that's why sometimes I feel like she needs more in spelling, because I didn't really keep doing phonics like some kids get, because she didn't need it for reading. So this program is amazing for her. Like, it's exactly what she needs. So let me move on to next, writing. So we're doing writing this year. Evan Moore, guys. This is the 3rd year we've done Evan Moore. And I love it. I really love it. I didn't thoroughly follow it last year. I feel like we've really slacked in this area. So my goal this year is to go further, and to help me do that, because I was copying these. So if you know anything about Evan Moore, well, this specific series, the daily series, they tend to have like a little teacher's guide section like this. And then like I use this. So then the next page will have like the lessons that you need to copy. Well, so if I have, like, I tend to like highlight, and like there's like scaffolded lessons, so they're telling you like how to walk your students through these things. So when I do that, and then I go to this, I need this to be a copied page. So in the past, I always had to copy these on Friday nights, or on Sunday nights, and if I forgot to do that, I would be like really overwhelmed because I forgot to copy my pages. So this year, instead of dealing with copying, instead of doing all that, I just got on Amazon and ordered this for like $6. This is all the worksheets copied. So this does not have the teacher's guide portion. So I guess if you didn't want that, you could just buy this, because this has all the worksheets in it. So if you didn't want that teacher's guide portion and you just wanted, this even has a spot to write. Whereas before I used to have her like get out a piece of paper and write, this has the writing prompt in it. So if you just want like something super simple and you don't need the scaffolding part, or I don't have to have it, I mean myself, but I like kind of the guidance they're giving me, and it's kind of telling me the why, and it has my rubric and stuff in this as well. I like having this, but for like $6, this has the lesson. So I'll go more into that later, but this is our writing and we're really liking it. I already knew we liked it. I don't necessarily follow it like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There are 25 weeks of lessons if I did it that way. I just kind of do like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, in whatever days they fit. Each of those lessons takes 1 day. Friday is always a writing prompt, and so if that writing prompt takes her 4 days, that's fine. If she wants to edit it, that's fine. If she wants to publish it, go further with it, that's fine. If she wants drawing, I let her add as much as she wants to her writing prompts without rushing her. So if she doesn't finish this, I'm fine. Like, as long as she's continually working on writing. And I would prefer for her to write more days than she does worksheets. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are worksheet days. And Thursday is like a pre-writing activity. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are worksheets, kind of building a skill. Thursday is pre-writing and Friday is writing. I think she needs more than Friday to write. That's my personal opinion, and I'm fine with doing that. But this, to me, is really good for her to build writing skills. Now, real quick, she has writing in her Not Grass. And some people were like, well, Not Grass has a lot in it itself, and for some kids that might be enough. There is vocabulary, so this is a part of our language arts. I don't even have it, I don't think I have it even sitting here. Our Not Grass history is part of our language arts this year. So Not Grass history, America the Beautiful, it has vocabulary words, but those vocabulary words are directly tied into the history lessons. So we are doing pieces of our curriculum are going to be integrated. So we have that. we have creative writing, and then there's also the literature that comes with Knotgrass. So that was not enough, in my opinion, for what I want to do with language arts this year. It wasn't enough for my daughter either, to be honest. I really want her to have the skills for writing that come from something like this, like a program that walks you through writing skills. This is not a super structured program. We're spending so much time on grammar this year. I did not want something that was going to be like what Timberdoodle recommended. For this year, I can't think of what it's called right now, but I really want to use that. I probably will use it for 6th grade. But it wasn't what I wanted for this year because we were doing easy grammar. I didn't want to do those two together. I felt like easy grammar and a large writing program were just going to be way too much for my daughter. So I said, instead of doing that, I want to do daily 6 trait writing, like a little bit of a lighter writing program that still has a good foundation to it and is still working through writing skills. And she's going to have creative writing in her Knotgrass, and she's going to have all of that. So my daughter, for a lot of kids, so I don't want to say, oh, Knotgrass isn't enough for language arts. I think if you added grammar and maybe some spelling to Knotgrass, it probably is enough for a lot of kids. Abby specifically wants to publish a book. She has really big dreams of actually publishing a book, not even as an adult, like as a middle schooler. She wants to publish a children's book. So I'm trying to help her work through that process. And I feel like using something that is helping her to like break down ideas and have the right parts of the story where they're supposed to be for writing is going to help her do that. And that's why I wanted something like this. And that's why I've been using something like this. And she has some really specific plans for a book she wants to publish. So that takes me into the next part of our language arts. This is something I actually never thought I would use ever, guys. This is huge for me that I'm even talking about this today. It was a hard decision for me, and Timberdoodle kind of sold it on me. And when I looked into it more and more, I was like, okay. In the past, I've only used like real living book literature in everything, real books to teach. I've used Sunlight, Ambleside Online, A Gentle Feast, My Father's World, and I use books. I have, you can't even see them all, but I've even given a ton away. I have real books, lots of them. They're everywhere, all over my house. It's full of books. And I used to be like, oh, you do not use curriculum for that, always, until this year. Because we are using curriculum. Mazda's Press. I'm not even sure how you say it. We're using Coral, which is their 5th grade literature year, and it's what it looks like. It is a literature course. It has parts of literature. This is one of the stories we've already read. I'm not going to do a full review of this today or flip through, but it does have like lessons in literature. We talked a lot about what is a story. When she finished, she reads this aloud to me. It took us a few days. We broke down and talked about everything in here. There was a historical note. She had a review of focus and creative writing. Now, this is meant to be done like 1 lesson a week, and that should have been done in a week. It took us 2. So this may not get finished this year, and if it doesn't, we will be done and move on to our next course. I'm fine with that. We don't have to finish every single assignment in here. I believe most of the things in here are short stories. Some of them are excerpts, and there is maybe one novel in the back. I probably won't get to that. I think it's one of the last things, and I'm just being honest with myself that I probably won't get to that. She's going to read this year, and I'll talk about why. She has a lot of reading. This is not just coming from this. This is what we needed. Like, for her to understand publishing even and writing in this sense, we needed this. Because it's breaking down storyline, plot, characters, story arcs, like secondary characters, just a beginning, middle, and conclusions to stories, thesis statements. It is breaking it down. It's also a curriculum. It is not a Christian curriculum. It is just a moral-based curriculum, so each unit has a moral. It's definitely a secular thing, though. But it just, it has courage, growing, aiming high, the world around us, finding out what's inside. Like, it's definitely based around different morals and character traits is what it's based around. It can be used in public school. So this is my big old teacher's guide, and there's actually two big old, I'm messing this one up. There's two of these big giant teacher's guides like this. So I've read a lot. I'm doing a lot of highlighting. I've been really learning to teach literature. I'm not saying I couldn't teach it before, but just it has a lot of ideas on how to discuss things and talk about things. And I'm not necessarily like teaching from this in a way that's like, you have to do it like this, but it's helping me to really talk about those things with my daughter in a way that I didn't have the skills to before buying this. So I'm loving it. I don't know that I'll always use this. It's just right now where we're at. There's two of these though. So this is two of these to just this one book. So it has every page in this is in here. So I will show you, like, just like what your teachers probably had in school, but they're telling you like things to discuss and talk about. It's a lot of discussion. So to me, that's not about literature program. It's a little hard for a classroom to do that, but for us just sitting here one-on-one, there's nothing wrong with discussion. She talks to me about what she's reading, and she's analyzing it in ways that she already knows how. She loves to analyze literature. So this is the curriculum for her. She breaks down why things happen. She compares movies to books. Like, that is her personality, my daughter. And so it made sense for us to do something like this. The last component to this, and I'm trying to hurry up, guys, I know. Language arts was really a lot this year. Is this. This is Mosdos Press Literature's, Mosdos Press. I don't know how to say it. It's their student workbook. She is doing things in a notebook as well that she's writing from her textbook, but she has things like vocabulary, 2 pages of vocabulary for each story. We do that before we do the story. Then she has comprehension questions. Then she has a graphic organizer, and that's pretty much how every week's set up. I'm trying not to do this too long. I will do a full flip through later. But this is a good component. I feel like I may not do every assignment in there this year, but I think it's nice that it has like a little bit of a fun flair to it. So what else is she doing? So like I mentioned, her Knotgrass has some vocabulary and creative writing. It also has the literature element, but she's getting more of her literary analysis from this. Like, real literature discussions are coming from this. Those books are really like historical based. They want her to remember things out of them, and she has like one sheet to answer questions at the end. To me, that's not enough. 8 books of reading for her. Now, for some kids, that might be a lot, and that might be like too much reading even. For her, it's not, and so I didn't want to like hold her back by only doing one piece of that. The second thing is Timberdoodle has a reading challenge. My daughter's goal this year is to be an obsessed reader, which would mean she has to read like 18 books a month. That's a lot. I don't know that she'll meet that goal. That's just me personally. I feel like that's with everything else we're doing. So how it works in the reading challenge is it just gives her a list of different genres. It's like thousands of books in the back, and she picks from different genres, and it tells her which ones to pick through. I'm going to do a whole thing on that later and what we've picked to do for the first challenge. And so when she finishes that challenge, she moves on to challenge 2. I went ahead before school even started and bought all the books for challenge 1 and all the books for challenge 2. And that was 18 books a piece. I bought them used. Some of them I bought on her Kindle, and I just put them in a basket, and every day I assign her reading challenge time. She loves it. I don't have to assign it. She reads on Saturday and Sunday. She reads at night. She reads all the time. And she's been mainly reading from those books, and I let her pick the books. I did not pick the books. I let her look through that list and highlight the ones she wanted me to order. She did really good. She made great choices, and that's going to be her reading for this year. Besides this and her history, her reading is what she picked from Timberdoodle's list. That was amazing for me because I'm always like, which one's the best? Which one should I use? Let me find this. Let me find that. Literally, she gave me a list. I sat down for 20 minutes on 8 books and ordered it, and it was done. Like, I didn't have to sit there and contemplate which ones were better and ask my husband and go through YouTube videos. I just gave her the Timberdoodle list. And I knew they were different genres and different topics, and that she was going to get a well-rounded reading for the challenge, and that she's not moving on to the next challenge until she finishes that one. So even if she only gets through 2 or 3 challenges or whatever this year, that's a significant amount of reading books. And knowing my daughter, she's going to get through more than that, because I think there's 10 challenges and there's like 18 books in each one, which literally would end up meaning that she would have to read 180 books to get the obsessed reader. Now she may get that because some of them are picture books. I don't want to go super into it. I will show you what she picked later in another video, but that is her language arts for this year. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Check out my other videos. I'm going to link them below, what we're doing this year for 5th grade. And I'm so excited to be back, and I'm so excited to share with you guys what we're doing. Have a good day.